For a second day, the European hospital compound in Khan Younis under attack. A bulldozer brought in after yesterday's strikes, itself targeted. This was the moment of the initial strike yesterday evening at the hospital entrance, last-second efforts to escape the incoming missile. In the aftermath, a man miraculously clambers to his feet. Israel says it was targeting Gaza Hamas leader Mohammed Sinwar, brother of former head Yahya, saying it had intelligence he was in an underground command bunker. The damage and now further threat to the hospital, prompting today a near-total evacuation. Just a handful of staff and intensive care patients left inside.
There's no running water at the moment. The sewage system has been affected. The power system, I think, as well, oxygen supplies. But clearly, a hospital with no running water is not a functional hospital.
Earlier, through the pitch black of Jabalia's ruins, an improvised evacuation after a barrage of Israeli airstrikes following Palestinian rocket fire. Soon, more rescuers arrive, many more injured emerge, with each one mounting desperation and chaos. Where it's less frantic, it's because there is no longer any hope. A toddler, still in her pajamas, carried grimly towards an ambulance. With daybreak, a new wave of grief. This woman calling out for her father and her brother. Israel had warned of an exponential intensifying of its campaign, if such a thing could be imagined. Hopes in Gaza for a breakthrough to accompany President Trump's visit to the region giving way to the blackest of irony from a man holding the body of his 8-month-old nephew.
When they released the American hostage, we were happy and thanked God and thought Gaza would be relieved and there would be surprises. Praise be to God, we were surprised. We were really surprised. The entire world is watching and the leaders of Arab countries are watching, and this is the surprise.
In Riyadh this morning, President Trump talked of a future of dignity and safety for Palestinians, some distance from his earlier prescription, cleaning them out of Gaza. His decision not to visit Israel adding to reports of deepening frustration with Benjamin Netanyahu's government. Overnight at the Security Council, the UN's aid chief raised the spectre of genocide after more than 2 months of Israeli aid blockade.
Will you act decisively to prevent genocide and to ensure respect for international humanitarian law? Or will you say instead that we did all we could?
Emmanuel Macron, one of several European leaders, again condemning Israel's actions and calling those of Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu a disgrace.
C'est une honte. C'est une honte.
Netanyahu's office accused the French president of blood libel and standing with Hamas. Israel insists there is no famine in Gaza, that Hamas is hoarding aid. For Palestinians, today is Nakba Day, where they mark what they call the catastrophe of mass displacement that came with the creation of Israel in 1948. It is the second Nakba Day of this war, but in Gaza, every day brings deepening catastrophe.